host, Nate Kelly. Now let's get down to the top news stories of the week. A woman in Virginia was left hallucinating and thought she was going to die when a brown recluse spider bit her on her lips. It turns out it was merely just a stunt so that people would stop staring at her bangs. I know a lot of people that would pay good money for lips like that. Yeah, that's a great look. And erotic novelists everywhere were inspired this week when it came out that nuns had been using crucifixes sexually on schoolgirls in plaid skirts for years, but it had been covered up by the church, which led to many of these authors going down to their local church and asking the priest for other ideas they might have for their next books. And we can all sleep well tonight knowing that Britney Spears was finally freed from her father's conservatorship. This was entered into by a judge who found that she was, quote, unable to take care of herself. To celebrate, Britney posted a topless photo of herself from behind, wearing nothing but red boots and a bikini bottom, with the caption, "Psst, you heard me, kiss it." This has been the world's best documented case of a woman with daddy issues. All he had to do was tell her he loved her and give her some hugs, but he refused, and thankfully, now we can all stare at her ass.
Ooh, you suck!
Morons of Congress, I'm sorry, that's a typo. Members of Congress are once again pushing the idea of minting a $1 trillion coin to avoid a debt default, demonstrating their complete lack of common sense and knowledge of how the world works. Sadly, these are the same people who are insisting a $3.5 trillion bill will cost nothing. Of course it's going to cost something. It's going to cost 3.5 coins, you dummies. And in a related story, a default on the national debt was avoided when a deal was struck to increase the debt ceiling until December. It is reported that Democrats were able to convince Republican Mitch McConnell to bend to their demands when they offered to throw in a free can of turtle wax. And before the eventual deal was made, a reporter asked members of Congress why they didn't just stop spending so much money, to which Nancy Pelosi responded that, quote, we spend money the way that our constituents would want us to spend it. To which the reporter replied, who then are your constituents? And Nancy said, quote, drunken sailors, of course. Now it's starting to all make sense.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
And lastly, people are up in arms after leftist chased Senator Kyrsten Sinema into the bathroom and berated her with questions as she peed. However, moms everywhere were unfazed by this story, as they consider this a typical example of every time they've had to use the bathroom since childbirth. This very same tactic was also used on Senator Joe Manchin, but those who followed him into the bathroom immediately regretted their decision, as it was Taco Tuesday at the Capitol cafeteria, and those tacos did not agree with Senator Joe Manchin's stomach. Not at all. Let's hear the audio recording.
Senator Manchin, people want to know. We got to know if we're going to get this $3.5 trillion bill passed. Why are you holding out? What is so important to you that we can't get our government running? Oh, my. Oh, God. Oh, God, I got to get out of here. Please vote on the bill already. Oh, God. Oh, I ate the tacos, too. Oh, my God.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment after this quick commercial break. Stay tuned, folks, for some letters from our fans.
Guys, is your love life in the dumps? Can women smell the desperation when you walk by, but don't have enough money to pay for hookers? Well, do we have a solution for you? It's Sock! That's right, Sock is made of the softest materials and easily slips over your penis for when you're just about done committing sins on yourself. But I have a tiny penis, you say. No problem. Sock comes in all penis sizes, from the black man's tube sock down to the no-show Asian sock. Now you can turn those lame Christmas presents into a sweet date night with you and yourself. I know what you're thinking. Sometimes I like making love to myself out in public, but how can I with Sock? Well, you're in luck. Sock easily slips over your feet and actually provides a layer of comfort when wearing shoes. And once you're done going to town on yourself while in town, just slip that sock back on and let the natural moisturizing power of semen begin working on those calluses. And if you're really lonely, Sock can be your new best friend. Just stick your hand up Sock and start talking away. And if you're crazy enough, it'll talk right back. Sock is such a great product that we're giving away a free sock with every purchase. That's right, you get a pair of socks with every order. And you know what that means? You can unload your load twice as much. Don't delay, call today.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks for staying with us. Now it's time for letters from our fans. Alright, dear Nate Kelly, tonight, my husband thinks he is really funny, but no one else does. He likes to make inappropriate jokes no matter what the situation. For instance, new neighbors moved in and they invited us over for dinner, so while eating, he made a joke about getting Jewed on the price of our house, and there was literally a menorah on the table in front of him. We didn't get invited back. Then, when he goes to the dentist, he always makes jokes about this must be how my wife feels when he's getting a cavity drilled. It's so embarrassing when I go in for a cleaning because they recognize my name and they say how sorry they are for me. He can't even remember any of my friends' names. He just calls them a nickname off of whatever unattractive feature they have, like gross toes, bag face, and horse teeth. And he doesn't just do that at home, he will say it out in public, and I always fear someone will overhear him. I'm really starting to have serious doubts about our relationship. Do you think it's time to move on and find a more serious partner? Sincerely, not your wife. Okay, this is an easy one. First of all, your husband sounds awesome. I totally want to be his friend. Second of all, I'm sorry you got Jude on your house. That really sucks. But, if you want him to remember the names of your friends, maybe dump your ugly friends and get some hot ones. I guarantee if you had really hot friends, he'd remember all their names. And also, this thing about the dentist, that's got to be the closest thing a man gets to knowing what it's like to be a woman. First of all, you're getting a cavity filled. Hello? It's in the name. So, you go there to get a cavity filled. What do? Spread your lips wide open and shove something in there, okay? While you're doing that, they're drilling away and they're telling you, oh, you're doing a great job. Oh, yeah, keep it up. All you're doing is just laying there letting them do whatever they want to you. After a while, it starts to hurt and all that, but you're not going to stop them, because if you stop them, that means it's just going to take him longer to finish. So you just let him do what he has to, and then when he's done, the dentist, he just disappears and you have to clean yourself up. And then on the way out the door, they're like, hey, when can we see you again? So, I think it's a pretty good analogy, really. I think your husband's dead on with that, and you should start appreciating that gem of a man instead of complaining about him. That's what I think. What do we got here? Let's see. All right. Dear Nate Kelly, tonight, I'm an American citizen that is trapped in Afghanistan. Wow. This is amazing. I wonder if they try to send a letter to Joe Biden. He might be too busy. Let's see. I am an American citizen that is trapped in Afghanistan. I am writing to inform you of all the atrocities being carried out here now that the U.S. has left. First, there are beheadings every day in the city squares. People are on kill lists and are constantly in fear of being targeted by the Taliban. And women are being raped and tortured here on a daily basis. Wow. That is messed up. Every night I hear gunfire nearby, and I fear my door will be busted down and I will be dragged off and tortured at any moment. And the worst thing of all is that someone showed me your last video and I was forced to watch the entire thing. I would rather have someone shove a cactus up my ass than sit through 8 minutes of your show again. I am left wondering why Biden couldn't have drone striked you instead of that poor innocent family. Your show is proof that a loving God does not exist. Please stop adding to the world's misery with every video you make. Love, Mom. P.S. Do you know what me and Biden have in common? Neither of us had a plan B when we really needed it. Okay. Mom, you don't have to write every week. I appreciate that you're following me online, but you really don't have to write anymore. I'm starting to think maybe you're being serious now, and you really do love my brother more than me. It'd be crazy to think, but let's move on. Dear Nate Kelly, tonight, I watched your show last week, and I want your advice on a problem I think we have in common. Okay? I have a tiny penis. Come on. Just like I'm sure you do. Every time I try to send women dick pics, I have to use a green screen and zoom lens to make it appear larger than it really is. What techniques have you used in the past to pretend that your member was not embarrassingly small? And secondly, once you've successfully fooled a girl with your Photoshop skills and she's willing to have sex with you, how do you whip it out knowing it's going to be a disappointment but still seal the deal? Sincerely, Nate Kelly. Okay. I didn't write this to myself. That's ridiculous. Very clever, whoever you are out there. I definitely don't have that problem. It's crazy you would assume I have that. That's really stupid. I'm not even good at Photoshop, as you can see by this video. However, if I were to be sending dick pics, I would definitely focus on the angle and not having anything in the background that you could reference size with. That's going to be key, hypothetically, of course. I'd also downplay anything that size is a big deal. Like, you know, maybe say how fun it is to drive a small sports car coupe versus an SUV. But maybe you just don't send dick pics because, you know, maybe you could just let her be disappointed in real life, like everyone used to before, like 2004, or whenever iPhones came out. So maybe you could do that instead. Let's see. You could always, you know, tell kind of like a sob story where you know, you tell the woman, like, you know, people that just judge someone on the size of their penis, you know, that's really shallow, and you're not shallow, are you? You know, something like that. That usually works. From what I've been told, I don't really know. That's something I've never experienced. But thank you for the questions. Mom, thanks for writing in again. That was really great of you. That's my show for tonight. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and catch me next week when I have some more stuff for you. Thanks for watching. All right, it's a good show. Time for some socky time. Oh yeah. Who's been a naughty sock? You have. Yes, you have. Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's still recording. Oh.